Hi everyone, welcome back to Sunday Leeds Champions League. Chris here, aka Big Will, and today is the pinnacle moment of our season. Can we win the league title? We have an away game, first and foremost, against second placed Scarborough Athletic. Of course, if we lose that game, we could then technically win the league still against Leamington, depending on Scarborough's result. And obviously, depending on how things go in its entirety, Macclesfield and Buxton and Darlington, as things stand, aren't out of this yet either. Um, Realistically, they are, but as things sit from a realistic perspective, they could still do it. Since you were last with us, a 2-1 win away against Marine, a 5-1 win at home against St Albans, and a 2-1 win away against Radcliffe was then followed by a 2-0 defeat at home to playoff hopefuls Darlington. They're one of the teams sat on the 78 points. It is all to play for. If we can win this game against Scarborough, the league title is confirmed, and it would be a huge result from our perspective if we could do so. We were predicted to finish around the mid-table area. My personal target was the playoffs. We've had a couple of really decent runs of results, and now we have the chance to finalise everything. The board have offered me a new contract. At the moment, I have declined. So the reason for that is, of course, if we get promoted, I could be liable to get a slightly larger sum in wages, but they continue to reject my request for coaching courses. And if there's no way of me making progression on that front, realistically, I'm not too sure where to go from there. So there's a bit of a stalemate involved at the moment. Some of our key players, the likes of Tony, the likes of Spencer, the likes of Charlie as well in midfield, amongst others, they can't sign new contracts. They want increased wages on their deals. We can't afford to provide it for them. Posher has just left the club as well. He left just before the deadline finished at the end of March for transfers. So we have managed to get back into the positive for wage budget. But as I was saying, the board continue to reject my request to try and further my career forward. Um, it's a bit of a kick in the teeth, but it is what it is. Sorry, I just noticed that Portsmouth had got relegated there, but they went down to League One. For a second, I thought it said to League Two because that would be a job I would be very interested in, to be quite honest. Um, but anyway, we have major things to focus on today. Let's get into it. Scarborough Athletic away. It's a huge, huge game for us. Lindsay and Hughes both in the side today. They're struggling for fitness because they have had a little injury each. But, you know, we've got to keep fighting. The squad is at its full strength, just minus the fitness issues, of course. Can we get the win we desire to get the league wrapped up? Naturally, obviously, there is going to be nerves in games like this. Scarborough don't want to. Obviously, they need to win the game, Scarborough, so they could go all out for it. But at the same time, they can't afford to lose it because that's the end of the title race. Then, so it could be a very interesting game. This one, obviously, if we draw with Scarborough, that's still an ideal result. We've got 2 games to win the league title. We only need to win one of those matches. Um, Goal difference wise, again, it's in our favour. So even if we drew this game and the last 2 games, we could potentially still win the league from that as well. So it's yeah, I want us to get it done and dusted. To be honest, the longer we put it off, the worse the nerves are going to jangle. Can we win it today? It would be a huge achievement for this football club to get promoted to the National League. It'd be a huge achievement for myself as well, of course. In terms of a coaching perspective, we've only got a National C licence for coaching. We haven't really progressed at all since we did the coaching badge in the first season. So from that perspective, it is a difficult one. Spencer plays it into Tony, and that's a lovely finish from Tony Weston. We take the lead 12 minutes in, and all of a sudden, the nerves are probably increased, in fact. Now that we've gone ahead, we've got something to hold on to. I'm not going to take things any differently tactically, That's a lovely calm finish from Weston. What an assist from Jimmy Spencer. He held it up superbly, played the ball through. Weston using his pace, of course. Again, he's come to me and saying that he wants a new contract. We can't afford to give him the wage that he wants. It's so frustrating working with such a tight budget. But at the minute, he only wants, I mean, I say he only wants, he's on £450 a week at the minute. He wants 600 as a minimum, but that's with add-ons included. Without the add-ons, he wants to nearly double his wages. It's an astronomical amount. If we get promoted, we might be able to work something out for him. But if we do get promoted, he'll potentially want even more money because obviously he knows we're going into a better league. But it's a very difficult situation. And obviously, I don't know if I'm going to even be here next season. Brown with a delivery to the far post. And is that a penalty? I think it is. Bruder has pushed Colville in the penalty area and Scarborough with the chance to equalise. Obviously, luckily, we did have the advantage. Come on, Crook. Can you make yourself a hero? Oh, he went the right way, but he couldn't quite reach it. Colville brings Scarborough back level. One apiece here at the Sea Dogs. And yeah, as I mentioned before, the nerves probably jangled a little bit more when we went in front because obviously there's something to hang on to there. We took our goal superbly. It was a very well worked goal, and Crook, I think, actually got a slight touch on that, but couldn't get enough on it. And it was a very well placed penalty, incidentally. And it is one apiece. We've dominated in terms of possession, chance creation wise, very even. Scarborough, of course, with the XG, much more positive than ours is because it was a penalty, of course. Here's Brown into Green, back to Brown, swings it to that far post again, and Colville is there again, and Colville has scored again, and it's that same combination from the left-hand side, and this time he wasn't fouled, but he's put it in anyway, and Scarborough take the lead, and the gap at the top of the league closes to a point as things stand. I mean, we started the game really well between the two strikers, but that's twice that Crook has been beaten at that far post. Realistically, I mean, I think Colville would have beaten our man if he hadn't got brought down for the penalty. But he is dominating this match. Lindsay here with a throw into Emerson, swings it to the far post, and our keeper needs to be doing more of that. Whitley coming out and claiming it with authority. And I sense the tide is turning slightly here. Charlie, into Malachi Sharp, coming down this right-hand side. Can he find a pass? Yes, he can. Spencer, great hold-up play from him, but he can't find a pass. And I thought he may have been able to, but he just couldn't quite do it. And Lindsay now into Richardson, back to Bruder, who, of course, did the mistake that led to the penalty. Bruder exchanging passes with Lindsay, and now Emerson into Tony. Charging forward, he needs the support, he's still going. Tony fires it into the penalty area, and Jimmy Spencer! Oh my word, he's put it over the bar. He's had a great goal-scoring record throughout this season, but that is a huge chance missed as Tony puts it in again, looking for Spencer. And it's well cleared, and Colville picking it up again. He has dominated proceedings, and he cuts inside and finds Jennings, and now Goss into Green. Back into Traore, switches the play, and Colville is in behind again on that right-hand side. Lays it back to Traore, and again, Crook has been beaten at his near post. And it's all coming down that left-hand side. Lindsay's been absolutely shocking on that left-hand side. Colville has absolutely dominated. And the pressure is telling, but not for Scarborough. Scarborough, the pressure realistically was all on them. They had to win today to be in with a chance. And my word, are they putting us to the sword? And Crook, it's potentially going to be his worst performance of the season so far. Charlie to Yestin. Malachi Sharp into Jimmy Spencer. I mean, I don't know why it's showing us knocking the ball about because it's going to be half time in a second, I'm sure. Yestin. Yep, there it is, half time. And at 3-1 down, surely we can't be throwing this away. I mean, Colville 8.6, Traore, of course, just scored, and Brown with a 7.2. The players that are picked out right at the start from that first chance. And we're going to tell the lads that this is absolutely not good enough. And tactically, we are going to make a change as well because Lindsay has been absolutely shocking. Crooks is anxious as well at the back in there as well. So Ezanolim is going to come on and Bakari is going to come on for the youngster Crooks as well. We can't be having anxiety in the defence. We need to be solid in there, and it's not been happening. Have we got Palmer on the bench? Yes, we do. Palmer's going to come on as well for Emerson. I don't want to take the chance with anybody on the yellow card. We need to get ourselves back into this game. 3 changes made is a bold call from my perspective. I don't like doing things so rashly, but we need to change the course of this match. And at the moment, I don't think it's going to happen, to be honest. We've got 2 very winnable games to come after this. But of course, losing to the team in second place, they'll reduce the gap to a point. We have to win our last 2 matches. And just like that, from this result, the pressure is going to be all on us to get the job done. Can we find a way back into this game? I mean, we've had twice as many shots in total, but the same number of attempts on target. It's been very much an unlucky show and more clinical finishing from Scarborough. Brown here in possession. Just lays it across to Robinson. Now Traore. Into Hull. Lofts it over the top. Colville was there again, but Tony picks it up. Into Palmer. Back to Tony. And now Palmer charging down this left-hand side. Can he get a ball across? No, he can't. I don't understand why they're showing the highlights in that position when nothing happens. I mean, the positive mentality, it works so well for us. I daren't go any more than that. If it gets more embarrassing, obviously goal difference again could be a huge factor. 2 goals is bad enough. We don't want it to be worse. But of course, I mean, look at the attempts at goal. We've dominated the game. But they've just been a lot more clinical. And in the end, the chance to win it today has gone. And it's going to go through potentially to the end of the season. I mean, if we win the next game and Scarborough lose, then obviously we will win the title in the next game. But that was a shocking performance. And Flitney, their goalkeeper, got man of the match. And perhaps it was just a little bit too much to ask for to win it at the first time of asking. All the pressure is now on. Obviously, potentially, we've got 3 matches in today's episode. I'm hoping we can get it done in 2, but Scarborough moved to within a point. We have to win our next game and hope that Scarborough fail to do so. It's all to play for. So bear with me and we'll come back for that next game and hopefully we can get the positive result that we require. Okay then guys, here we go. For the game against Leamington, the squad is going to switch around a little bit. Crooks, I mean, he was so nervous in the last game. We're going to bring Bakari in for a little bit more experience in that central defence. Other than that, the squad is as it should be and as it has been for quite some time, as you can imagine. Let's just hope that Scarborough lose and we can get back to winning ways straight away today. This is a huge, huge game. If we lose this and Scarborough manage to get a result, it could be curtains and we'll have to potentially go through the rigmarole of the playoffs. Can we do it? It's very much a requirement today. We have to win this game. Either way, even if Scarborough do win their game, we have to win this game to stay at the top. All the pressure is on ourselves right now, and we brought it on ourselves as well following that defeat to Scarborough. Oh, dearie me, far too much stress. Scarborough are away from home against Braintree. You can see it just down here. Braintree have just taken the lead against Scarborough. Now, we need to uphold our end of the bargain. If that stays as is and we win, we are champions. Can we find a way to break this Leamington resistance early in this game? An early lead would go a long way, but Leamington looking to provide a shock themselves. Meredith with the corner, looking to that far post. We managed to get it clear, but we need to get the lads out a little bit quicker. Rice swings it in, and I mean, Meredith was completely free there, and the game continues. I thought he may have been offside, but apparently not. Chance after chance for Leamington, and in the end, it goes out of play. We just can't seem to settle these nerves. It's absolutely nerve-wracking. Can we manage it? I mean, Curzon have never done anything like it in their history. This would be huge if we could achieve this, but you can sense the nerves around the place, and the header goes over there from the corner from Perry this time. Scarborough still remain a goal down at Braintree. Come on, the Nash. Can we find a way to get through this? I mean, Leamington have been by far the better team here. 9 attempts to our 3. 2 shots on target apiece. We've looked absolutely toothless so far in this game. Come on. We need to pick it up here. We have to pick it up here. We've seemed to have shown a little bit more, but there's no highlights here. We need to find a goal. That last-minute defeat to Fylde as well comes back to the memory from the previous episode. There's been so many games that could have cost us. And I mean, Buxton and Fylde, incidentally, are now up to 84 points themselves. Even if Scarborough do lose, Buxton and Fylde are now in with a chance as well. But if we win, I don't think it matters. We need to pick it up in this second half. We have to pick it up in this second half. The fans must be biting their fingernails down to the bone right now. Braintree are 2-0 up against Scarborough. Charlie Weston here with a corner. Outswinger. In it comes. It's easily cleared by Trickett. It's back out to Charlie. Swings it in. Spencer's there at the far post. And it's looped in. It's off the post. And it's been cleared away. Richardson picks it up now. Swings it in again. Tony is there with the header and he can't get over the top of it. And it skies over the bar. We've hit the post. That's the closest we've seen to either team scoring today. That could have been the difference. Braintree 2-0 up at home to Scarborough still. We need to find the back of the net. We've all of a sudden in the second half, we have been by far the better team, but it remains 0-0. We need to find the back of the net. I'm not going to go attacking because we're creating plenty of chances, but I am going to have to make a couple of changes here. Match performances are not good enough at the moment. Malachi Sharp has been poor. Palmer is going to come on for him. Charlie is shattered. We're going to get Pugh on a massive game for him to be coming on in, considering he's not played too many matches throughout the course of the campaign. And Hughes is a little bit concerned at the moment as well. Crooks is motivated. He's not nervous, so I'm going to get him on and push Bakari out to right back. It's big risks. I mean, putting a young 17-year-old centre-back on in a game like this is a huge risk. And I'm looking at players like Esong as well. I mean, Spencer and Weston, they've created a few chances, but they've just not been able to get that clinical finish in. Braintree still 2-0 up against Scarborough. I'm looking for Buxton. Buxton are 2-1 up against Brackley. And I'm looking for, I can't remember who the other team was now, who's on the same number of points. Fylde, they're 1-0 up against Workington. Here comes Pugh, holds on to possession, finds a little reverse into Emerson. He can't lay it back. It's cleared away. Lindsay picks it up. Loads of time and space. Bruder. Lindsay lofts it forward. Cleared by Carroll. Further again by Sugarman. And now Lindsay plays it forward. Palmer is free in the area. Palmer has scored. Darren Palmer with a huge goal. I don't know if he's actually scored before this during the season. I think he may have only scored once, maybe twice. What an opportunity this could be. Palmer had the time and the space. The fullback didn't track his run. His shot was shocking, realistically, but the keeper couldn't set himself. And Palmer has potentially just won us the, what is it, the Enterprise North, I think it's called now. What a huge moment. Scarborough 2-0 down away still at Braintree. Has Palmer just won us the league title with a game to spare? We're into the last couple of minutes. Spencer into Tony. I don't want anything stupid. Nothing stupid. Just keep the ball at the right end of the pitch. I don't even care if we don't try and score. Just knock the ball about. Pugh couldn't find Palmer. Burton's intercepted. Burton charging forward here for Leamington. Shoots from distance and it was dipping. My word, that was dipping. But luckily it's gone over the bar. A minute to go. That's it, surely. It is. We've got the trophy lift. Here they come. It's been such a hard season. Oh, we got away with it in the end. Palmer, he's been very much a bit part player. He's classed as a breakthrough prospect in terms of contractual terms. I took a risk in bringing him on, and what a risk it was. He's come on, and he has won us the league title in the Enterprise National League North. I dare say that realistically in the National League North, they won't be able to afford the fireworks and all the confetti that's going off here, to be fair, but there. My word, what a phenomenal result to finish the season with a game to spare. We are champions of the National League North. And now all the questions go to the future. We've got contracts to renew, mine included, of course. I don't know what's going to happen yet. Just had the achievement come through, guiding a team to promotion there. Um, I mean, Scarborough have thrown it away realistically, and Buxton and Fylde right up behind them as well. I mean, they had all the momentum after beating us, but my word, have we gotten away with that? What a result. We have achieved promotion here in our second season, and now tough choices have to be made. Obviously, we've got another game left in the campaign. I'm not going to bother showing you that. Am I going to stay? Obviously, from natural progression, we're going to be in the National League next year. I do want to stay. The board have attempted to offer me a contract before, which I rejected. We really know which way I'm going to go as things stand. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy the title celebrations. We've had a phenomenal campaign, and regardless of what happens going forward now, we've achieved something truly special here to start off Sunday League to Champions League in our second season here. Let's build things forward and go from there and see what happens in the next episode. Like I say, I might not even be here. Let's see what happens. So until then, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.